Only girl cult can make me feel like I can pull off a green lip like this, because I mean, look at how pretty it is, right? Today we're going to be going over their newest Peaches Banquet series. The collection is pretty small, so I am going to go in more detail about each shade that I did pick up. So with that being said, let's get started with the review. Of course, as always, let's start off with some product info. All of the makeup items in this collection are 15 USD. So we have the cream blushes, the lip gloss, and the lipsticks. In terms of packaging, this really caught my eye. It does come in that classic girl cult packaging, but the colors are so pretty with the dark emerald green fading into the pink. I love a good green and pink color combo. The material on the cover of the cream blushes is in a velvet material, which is very reminiscent of peach fuzz, so I thought that was really on brand. There's also a very slight peach scent to some of the products. You really do have to sniff it to smell it. It could just be placebo in my head, but I do feel like there is a slight peach scent, so again adding into the collection. But I think the packaging on this is beautiful. So I only picked up the makeup items. I didn't get every single shade, but I got a few in each category. I did see a few creators, they got the entire collection, so there's like a little basket you can get, a mirror, and just like other little bits and bobs. But for the most part, in terms of makeup in this collection, are the cream blushes, the lipsticks, and the lip glosses. So with that being said, let's talk about the blushes first. So there are 4 shades in total for the cream blushes. I did pick up 3 out of 4, and I've only tried one girl cult blush in the past, and that was their very viral black blush. And if I'm being honest, I didn't really love that blush. It did look a little bit patchy on me, so I was a little hesitant, but clearly not that hesitant because I got 3 more of these. And I will say I do like these a bit more than the black blush that I previously tried. So we'll just go through shade by shade and let me give you my thoughts through that. Starting off with the shade number 20, Foo Hua Cake. This definitely would have to be my favorite out of the 3 that I picked up. It is the shade that shows up on my skin the most as well, but it's a beautiful peachy tone. It matches the collection perfectly as well, but also the formula, I didn't have any bad experience with this. Like I mentioned previously with that other girl cult blush, it did go on a little bit patchy, but this one went on so pigmented, blended out so easily. It didn't cake up, it didn't cling onto any dry patches. It actually reminds me a lot of the Flower Nose cream blush, which is one of my favorites. I would say this one is not as creamy in terms of texture, but the way it applies is it just goes on so beautifully. I did use a puff to apply this, and I feel like that puff has a lot to do with it as well. That little puff is from Flower Nose, but I will say the formula is really amazing. I think this one is probably going to be the most popular, that's going to show up on more skin tones. Definitely can see myself using this more and more. I love. So that was number 20, Foo Hua Cake. Then we come on to this special shade. It's number 22, Blood Peach. And as you can see in the packaging, it looks like jelly. It literally looks like I could just take a knife and fork and cut this right up and eat it. I will say this one does have the strongest fragrance, but again, it's nothing too overpowering. And it reminds me a lot of those very popular jelly blushes like from Milk. I don't know other brands. It was an e.l.f. that had one. But I've never tried those, so I don't know how those work in comparison to this. But I will say that this has a very interesting texture. It's different from the original cream. This one feels a little bit more slippery, a little bit more sheer. It almost feels like a lip balm. And these blushes are multi-purpose, but if you love that like Hailey Bieber strawberry cheek, then I think you would really like this. That personally is not for me. I feel like it just doesn't look good on my skin. This one's not bad, but I feel like it does look slightly uneven, but not the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? I feel like I still could use this for a certain look, a certain vibe. Like this would be like a light summer blush. I personally prefer a formula like the cream, like the more opaque creamy blush rather than this kind of like lip balm type of feeling. It's one that I would skip on. It's not to my liking. And then the last shade I got is number 24 Peach Blossom Cake. And when I got this in the mail, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, why did I get this? Because this is so light. I know it's gonna look literally white on my skin, and as you can see in the application, yes, it kind of does look pretty much white on the skin, and I'm pretty sure this is what it's intended for, is to use it as a base. So I left that on, and then I put number 20 Fuhua Cake at the center, and I feel like I get such a better blend. I think this is called like mid-tone blushing. This is what I've been calling it. Mid-tone blushing is applying like a very light base blush or a cream blush like in a bigger area, then going in with your true or darker blush, putting that in the center. You'll get such a nice, beautiful blend, and I can really see it. I feel like my blush looks seamless because of these two combo, and I really don't think it's for everyone for sure, but I definitely can see the appeal of it. So this one I feel like is not necessary, but I mean, I think it's a good technique to try out, you know, going in with a lighter blush then going with the darker one. I think it's a nice technique to do. I've been doing that honestly for a while now, but I do think in terms of formula, it's that same creamy formula as Fuhua Cake that I really do enjoy. As for the jelly one, I don't really enjoy as much, so if you are wanting the blushes, my recommendation is getting the more creamy ones, but that is just my preference. Also, I forgot to mention the packaging. I always want to mention the packaging because it's always so cute. So this is the packaging for the blushes, again with the green and pink color combo. We have like a giant mountain peach here. I think it's so cute. I love and adore this. And then here are the packaging for the lip gloss and the lipstick. So the glosses will come in a more pinkish packaging, and then the lipsticks will come in more of a emerald green packaging. Again, still so beautiful. Absolutely love and adore. That being said, let's go into the next little category, which are the lipsticks. So again, around 15 USD, and there are 6 shades in total. I only picked up 2 because I think we all know I don't need more lip products. I only got the shades that really spoke to me and I felt like I didn't really have in my collection. And I've never tried, I think to my knowledge, yeah, I've never tried a Girl Cult lipstick or lip gloss before, so this is my first time trying it. And the way I would describe this formula is to be, you know, those glossy lipsticks that has a really nice shine but also that pigment as well, and then it also creates that clear film so it doesn't transfer. So if you were to drink water, only that transparent film would transfer and not the actual color, so making these a little bit more long lasting while you're still getting that shine and gloss. So it's one of those formulas. I know that's very popular now because of that transparent film first forming. It does feel a little bit heavier, I would say, but nonetheless still very comfortable, very hydrating. I think the shine of it is really pretty. So personally, I really do like the formula. I think the only downside is that it could be a little bit like heavy feeling, but other than that, I think it was pigmented. I like how it doesn't transfer. I mean, I haven't put that to the full test and like gone out to eat, but honestly, when I eat, nothing really lasts on my lips, so I'll leave it at that. So with that being said, let me go over the 2 shades that I picked up. The first one being LO3, and this shade is a really nice like peachy pink color. I will say it goes a little bit more mid-tone. Again, formula is really nice. You'll see that pigment and also that shine there. Then I have LO6, which is called Night Feast. This one is a little bit more special into my collection because I don't think I have a brown color like this. It's like a true warm chocolate brown. It does have like little gold glitters and specks in there, which makes it look really pretty. And I feel like typically the more darker the shade goes, sometimes it can be a bit patchy, but this is very easy to work with. I just go in with some of the product and then use my brush to blend it out, then dab on that pigment back on again. Perfect for the fall time. Now let's talk about the lip glosses. This is where the green lip is at, and this is what I was most excited for. I was so excited for this green lip because I truly don't have a color like this in my collection, especially in a gloss. I think maybe in a lipstick or liquid lipstick form I do, but in a gloss I don't, and I think it's So fun. I absolutely love it. So I got 2 shades. There are 4 shades in the glosses, again around 15 USD. This formula though is very interesting. Like, it's so hard to describe makeup, but the best way to describe it, it feels so plush and buttery. Like, I know it's a gloss, but if a gloss could feel like very velvety, it would literally be this formula. I feel like I haven't really tried a formula like this, how like just soft it feels, like buttery it feels. Maybe it's the applicator as well being so soft, but truly it's such a comfortable gloss formula. Like, it doesn't really feel heavy at all on the lips considering how much shine you get from it. So this I also really do like as well, and I got the 2 shades that again stood out to me. Starting off with J810, which is called White Dew, and this is a really pretty like cool tone mauvish brown kind of color. It has a lot of, I would say, gold glitters in there. It's very, very pretty, like a really pretty cool tone nude. So if you've been looking for a cool tone nude gloss, this could be possibly one that you might want to check out. I think it's really nice. Like, it's cool tone, but it still has a bit of warmth in there, which I like, because I feel like when it's a cool tone nude, maybe sometimes it can look a little too dull, but this has that like oomph to it. So I think it's really pretty. It goes really nicely with such like an intense eye look that I have on today. But of course I wanted to match it with J813, which is called Misona, which is the dark emerald green. And you guys, like, this is so pretty. You would think a shade like this in a gloss form is gonna automatically not show up or be patchy. It's none of those things. Very easy to maneuver. It does not look patchy at all, which I feel like this kind of shade I feel like would be patchy automatically, but it is not. Like, look how good that looks. I truly don't have a shade like this, which makes it so unique. It's a vibe, right? Like, it's a vibe. I really do like it, and it matches perfectly with the collection and the packaging. So yeah, that essentially was actually the whole collection. So again, we only had the cream blushes, the gloss, and the lipsticks. I just got a few shades in all those categories. My favorite would have to be this gloss and then the cream blush in Fuhua Cake. I think those two would be my favorites. But overall, I think everything performed well. I think the formulas were really nice. Please let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you going to pick anything up? I would love to know. Did enjoy the video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching as always. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!